Ja, hej och välkomna till livestreamingen från Mora Trail Trail Tour. Idag springer de en runda som heter Mora Trail Testloop Sälja. Det är en runda på nästan 5 kilometer. Juniorer och veteraner springer ett varv och elitlöparna springer 2 varv. Men just nu vill jag höra hur det är vid startområdet, så varsågod Kea.
Känns bra, Olga?
Ja, om man ska yoga då det känns bra alltid.
Härligt. Artem är redo.
Barnvakt.
Bra killar. Härligt.
Yes, as you can see, everything is getting ready. Everyone is getting ready for the start. My name is Rafael. I will comment this stream. I will do this in English now for our international viewers. I hope you join us today. We do this stream because we from Life Motion, we love to do sport. We like to be outside. We love to watch sport and produce sport also. But at the moment, with the current situation, this is a bit tough to do. So we were thinking, well, let's try to do something from Sweden, because they are still allowed to have gatherings of maximum of 50 people. So now we will send this Mora Trail live, or not the Mora Trail, but the Trail Tour. It's a test event for Mora Trail. And I would like to have a look at the track. As you can see, this loop is divided into 3 wings. We are in Sälja skogen, and for those who know the famous Vasaloppet, the last kilometers go actually through this forest. So it's a rather flat plateau with some really steep slopes in between, with a height difference of 25 to 30 meters. The first wing of this loop is rather flat. It's also a bit of a bigger road, so people can find their position in the race, can find their speed before they go out to the second wing, where it's a little bit of up and down in the beginning on a smaller path, and then just before the 2K mark, they will go down one of these slopes I mentioned. It's a steep downhill into a flat marshy area, and then just before the second split, they will meet the first real uphill. It's on a bigger road, so it allows anyway some good speed, but I think there we can see maybe some first decision in this race. And now I hear that action is going on in the forest, so I hand over to the start. It's actually already started, so we go out on the race now.
Här kommer de första. Albin i ledningen. Hej Jampe. Ja, Olga.
Yes, they are approaching Björn's camera now. He is sending at the first turn. We can still see many runners together, but also few who already had to leave the pack. You can also see how straight the roads are here, so you can see each other very well. It is this sandy ground, but I think it's not too loose sand here, so they can have a fast first K. And now we go back to the track overview. I didn't talk about the last loop yet, and that's actually the very decisive wing of this loop. It's all on very small paths. It has one more downhill, and then starting at kilometer 4, a big steep uphill. It's from Selja Bygdegård. It's also skiable in winter, so for those who are from the area, you know this uphill. And then it goes on small, beautiful paths all the way to the finish, where the ones who do one loop will finish their race and the others will actually do one more loop.
De andra kommer inte in.
Japp.
Men jag kommer gina lite upp.
Ja, men du kommer här vägen.
Jag kommer här. Ja, snart kommer jag upp.
Snart kommer de här på den fina sandvägen här. Nu ser vi de första. Jag tror att det är Simon Hodler i ledningen före Albin Giselius. Det är Daniel Svensson, Thomas Barr, Roman, Mattias Argård, Marcus Halmgren, Erik Eriksson, Linus Rapp, Gustav Jonsson, Simon. Här kommer de allihopa.
Limited because there is this rule of 50 people gathering, so it's only about 40 people who are allowed to run here. And we see some spectators, even some dogs watching them. And now we go to Lena again because I think they are soon at her position.
Nu skymtar jag dem här bland träden. Det är fortfarande Simon håller i ledningen för Daniel Svensson, tror jag. Och Albin och Roman och Linus. Det är jättefina små stigar här som de springer på. Här har vi Olle. Hej Olle! Och Maria fick vara med och Erik och hela gänget här. Simon och... De springer på den fina åsen här.
Yes, we are back on the GPS. As I mentioned, this is really the live position of these runners. So Lena is somewhere there where the first runners are passing, and she's actually now hurrying to a new spot. So we will see them later on again. It will be very interesting to see how this race develops. All these athletes, they are super happy that they can actually compete. They have been training the whole winter. Some on skiing, some were running early again because the snow melted rather fast. But because of the current situations, there is no big event. Exactly this weekend would be the big orienteering event Tiumila in Uppsala, but that one is postponed or cancelled. That's still a bit unclear. But in this race, the runners can still test out their shape, get in touch with other runners, feel a little bit their speed, and I think they will soon be at Lena's position. So I hand over to her very, very soon to see if we can see them before they go down to Per Holm, the running cam.
Samma tätposition. Nu får de en skön nedförsbacke här. Marcus Almgren. Där har vi Erik Eriksson. Linus, Gustav och Simon. Här har vi nog yngsta deltagaren idag. Olle.
And now they're actually entering Per Holm's camera, so we go to Per. Yes, this is how it looks when the fastest guys are running around out in the beautiful forest here around Mora. Small paths, it's a very bright day. We are following Jonas Bar here. And Per Holm, who is filming here, he is actually catching up the leading group. I see here the back of Matthias Ågård. It will be very interesting to see how this race develops because it's a different kind. It's all different kind of athletes here. There are skiers, there are orienteer, there are pure athletic runners, and I think they will maybe have some different strengths and different techniques. Last weekend it was the last race of this trail tour, or one more, a previous race of this trail tour, I must say, and there actually Daniel Svensson was winning. He was quite something behind halfway the race, but he could take over in the end and actually having the fastest time that day. But Simon Hodler and Erik Rost were running the exactly same course with having GPS some days before, and the result lists with all the results showed that Simon was actually about 30 seconds faster than Daniel, and then Erik Rost was a little bit slower, but so we can really expect a tough fight between Daniel and Simon here. And for sure we should also mention Roman Ryapolov, the forest man. He is a good friend of Simon, and they are training a lot together, fighting the segments on Strava to each other. And now we see it's lighting up a bit. They are soon approaching the bigger road and the first real climb where Björn is awaiting them. And we will see if then we also get some split times when they come to the arena again, a bit more than 3K in the race. The first women. I think they will very soon come into his picture there. I think we can see on Holm's camera now the chasing group. But then we wait at Björn's place for the lead, and then Per Holm will probably try to catch them later on the course again. It'll be interesting to see if someone tries to run away in this first uphill. It's the first really selective part of this loop.
Långsugande backe upp på centern här. Simon och Daniel går ifrån lite grann. Det blir spännande att se hur benen känns när man har klarat av den här backen och ska trycka på platten igen. Här kommer Thomas Sparr, gamla finkampslöparen.
Now they are approaching Kea's picture, so we go to Kea.
Ja, Simon Hodler is the first.
Erik Eriksson.
Here they go. Here's Thomas Sparr coming. Matthias Ågård. Erik Eriksson. Marcus Almgren. Linus Rapp. Simon Karlsson Holmer. Gustav Jonsson. We are a big group waiting here.
Yes, we go to Björn. He is standing just above this uphill now where they try to speed out again. And then we'll have a close look at the GPS to see where people are. But I think we do first short current standing so you can see how things develop. Yes, here we go. I'd like to mention that these times were all taken from GPS data. So our graphic system works just from the data from GPS. That also leads to small mistakes, some few seconds, but you see rather good here. Now we are back on the live GPS. Unfortunately, we lost Per's camera. The plan was that he would be running with the leading group here, but at the moment we don't have any picture of him. So we go back to Kea, who has the next ones at the splits, at the first splits after about 3K.
Ja, bra jobbat. Härligt. Snyggt jobbat.
Härligt. Bra.
Bra jobbat. Det var värsta backen. Nu är det bara 40 kvar.
Youngster Edvin Eriksson. Here comes Henrik Jonsson, Julia Meyer. Hej Julia! Josefin Sandberg. Bra jobbat Josefin! Känja Riapolova. Kristin.
Yes, we will have a short look at the GPS. You see that the leaders are soon done with the uphill, with the last uphill of this first loop. And I would say that probably Albin is approaching the finish as the first runner of the one loop race, if I'm not completely wrong. Most of the other runners, maybe August will be there also, and most of the other runners will do a second loop. So for them we will have a split time when they pass the finish. The others we will try to bring to the finish. It will be rather difficult to make the mix between the ones who do one loop and the others who do two loop. You see on the GPS mentioned with the number 1 and 2 how many loops they are doing. So we expect them soon to approach the finish, and we actually go to Björn because he is waiting for them.
Yes, I'm standing here. Nu kommer de första med några 100 meter kvar. Det är Roman Riapolov, Simon Hodler, Daniel Svensson.
They will soon turn left to the most rough path here. It's a really small trail, really nice forest. They will enjoy their last meters. And then we will soon go to Kea and hope to see the winners. Here comes Albin.
Albin, nummer 3, 4. Thomas Barr 5.
This was
Jag var på ett varv.
the wrong name Bud. I'm sorry for that one. And now we go to Kea, so we can hopefully see Albin coming to the finish soon and the others passing the arena.
Erik Eriksson, Mattias Argård. The Gentleman.
Now we see them approaching. Kea, maybe you give us some impressions from the finish.
Oh, they are coming here. Good runner. We together. Simon, Roman and Daniel. Here's
Vi kan
Albin.
prata svenska också. Har vi Albin i mål?
Okej, bra Albin.
Nu kommer de
Bra
här.
Albin. Thomas Barr.
We stay a little bit in the finish, wait for the next one loop runner to the finish, and then we go to Lena. We have Thomas Barr in second position, maybe Mattias Ågård soon coming, and then we will change to Lena's place.
Erik Eriksson.
I've heard he had a long night, that's why he's choosing to do only one loop, even though I would not consider him as a veteran. And now we go to Lena while we see the next group coming to the finish.
Japp. Simon Hodler hade fått ett litet övertag här hos mig. Han kanske var 30 meter före Daniel Svensson och Roman. Det är fortfarande ingen mer som har kommit på 2 varv. Nu har vi Linus Rapp. Kommer här. Ensam. Härligt Linus.
Yes, then we take some more impressions from the finish from Kea.
Jo. Här har vi 2 stycken som har kämpat bra. Känns bra. Jobbig bana. Ja, härligt.
Långa bra löpsträckor och inte så mycket liksom gena och så utan.
Bra löpväder då.
Yes, we are back on the GPS. We see that there is still the 3 leading guys together. It seems like Daniel could catch up again a little bit. He seemed to be in the defense on the last pictures, but it seems like he is in the group there. And then it looks like this second chasing group, let's say, with Gustav and Linus. Linus having the lead there. We'll see how this develops. And since we don't have so much going on at the moment, we will make a short commercial break and then be right back for the decision in this race. Yes, we are back on the GPS. You can also see that there is a big group coming to the finish right now. They are done with their race, and we see at Kea's place if Linus is maybe running away from Gustav. So let's see what Kea can show us out from the forest.
Här är Linus Rapp. Bra jobbat Linus!
Linus seems to also run away from Gustav, so back there it's really man against man now. They're all running on their own, trying to push hard on the second loop.
Nu kommer Gustav här. Bra jobbat Gustav,
No.
härligt!
Still trying to speed up after each corner. In the meanwhile, we can have a look at the current standings after one loop. This is a mix of both the ones who did one loop and two loops. So we have to separate these times. But soon the first ones will approach Lena's position again. So we will just go back to GPS and then soon hand over to Lena and see if we can get some pictures from the area where it goes down the slope to this lowest point of the course at 2 kilometers out of the loop. So we will go to Lena soon because I think she will see them again before they go down the slope down to the lower part of this course. And then, as you all know from the first loop, it will be the uphill on the bigger road where we will have soon this next split again. That's in about 5 minutes. We can see that Simon and Roman are together and we go to Lena.
Roman och Daniel. Sen är det tämligen tomt här. Jag ser en löpare uppe på kullen där. Jag kan inte se vem det är, men jag tror att det är Gustav Jonsson. Vi ser om man kan springa uppe på den fina åsen här. Så kommer de bort och så vänder de runt och kommer stigen tillbaka här. Riktigt fin dag att springa.
So we wait until the next runners are at Lena's position and then we will try to get a picture from Per again. Otherwise Björn is ready in the uphill, I can see. So we just see how it develops on the GPS right now. It really seems like it's this couple in the lead, Simon Hodler, Roman Ryapolov. They are also training a lot together. They're trying to take the Strava segments away from each other. And then Daniel Svensson, as I mentioned last weekend, he was the fastest in the last part of the race. So maybe he can speed it up again in the end when it's really tough. And I think Linus and Gustav will approach Lena's position soon, so we go to her.
Ja, här har vi Linus. Får han lite vila i nedförsbacken här. Jag tycker också det. Härligt. Jag ser också Gustav Jonsson komma här borta. Väldigt utspritt just nu, men jag ser fler löpare komma uppe på den här fina åsen här. Jag kan inte se vilka det är dock, men
So we go back to the GPS and Lena can maybe try to bring us some pictures from the last part of the race. And as you can see on the GPS, they will soon come out on the big road and actually Björn is waiting there. So we immediately go to Björn.
Ja, jag flyttar ner lite längre ner på vägen här och Simon kommer här med en ledning på 50 meter före Roman. Här är 2 killar som är extremt bra. Roman har ju vunnit Ultravasan några gånger och Simon är obesegrad på Mora Trail. Jag hänger på dem en bit. Jag är på väg in nu i den här långa backen upp. Riktigt sugande på slutet måste jag säga. Se. Kan vänta in Daniel Svensson också. Kommer här, han är avhängd nu. Han är nog en halv minut efter ungefär. Sen ska jag bege mig upp för slänten och försöka fånga dem en gång till.
Heja, heja! Heja på Daniel, kom igen! Heja, heja, heja!
Okej, jag tar en brant väg upp istället. Se om jag kan ta dem här uppe.
And we go to Kea. They're approaching him.
Nu kommer Simon. Roman är inte så långt efter nu. Bra jobbat Roman. Härligt. Ser pigg ut. Trots långlopp igår för Roman. Sprang efter Sillandsleden. Med Jonas Bud och kompani. Här kommer en cyklist om 3 här. Daniel kämpar på här. Jobbig backe här. Fortsätter lite till. Känns det bra Thomas och låt hämta dig?
Jajamensan, det känns oförskämt bra.
Härligt, härligt.
Bättre än på flera år. Men jag har varit skadefri i alla fall.
Fortsätt med det.
And we can soon go to Björn. He is waiting them
Eller vågar inte springa på 3 dagar. Men det gick.
on a small path. Let's see how it looks at Björn's place.
Och Simon och Roman har redan passerat. Här kommer Danne. Daniel Svensson.
Let's see if we have new passages in the arena. We go to Kea.
Ja, jag ser ingen mer nu, det är lugnt. Jag kommer en här nere nu. Det är Linus som är på väg.
From what I can see on the GPS, I think it's only Christine who made the second loop on the girls' side. Maybe someone can, out of the forest, give me some feedback if that is true or not. If she is the only lonely warrior out there for the women on the second loop.
Bra jobbat Linus!
Then we go to the GPS again to see this exciting final. We can still see that they are together in the lead. In the last uphill, Roman felt very strong, so we will see if he will try to overtake Simon in the very last uphill. We will get some pictures both from Björn and Lena in the very end of the race, so it will be exciting to see. In the meanwhile, I think Gustav is approaching the split time there, so we will go back to Kea again. I think Gustav is coming to you.
Stämmer bra det. Gustav kommer här nu. Det är lugnt bakom Gustav. Det blir mycket folk i skogen här nu. Gustav svänger in på sista loopen här nu. Lugnt i backen, vi drar mot målet.
Yes, and while Gustav is passing this last arena passage with the split time, we can also see that Roman Ryapolov and Simon Hodler still are together, so it will be a very, very tight fight between them for the victory today. We will have Lena, Björn and Kea filming on this last part of the race, so we will hopefully be able to follow close in this decision if it will be a Russian or a Swiss victory today.
Fina lilla stigen här. Ser fort. Jo, nu ser jag några här. Ska vi se. Simon. Eller nej. Simon Hodler kommer först. Roman. Nej, nu. Och då Simon har dragit iväg här nu. Roman 20 meter bakom.
So it seems like Simon is taking this one home. We go to Björn. I think they will approach his camera soon.
Här kommer Simon. Roman. Det var luckan som Simon tog.
And here we have them in the finish. We just saw Simon running out of the picture on Kea's camera, and now Roman. They get a wave. Very well done.
Dålig tävling över mållinjen där. Runda ju extra fint.
I think Lena and Björn, they keep their position and just give me a hint if the next runner is approaching. Let's see how Daniel is doing. Daniel Svensson seems to...
Yep,
it seems like he has lost something in the end, so we go to Lena.
Han kommer här. Härligt Daniel.
And we go to Björn because he will soon come to Björn as well. And then to Kea's camera, and we will see how much he lost in the end of this course, Daniel. Now we have Kea's picture and his finger. So here we have Daniel, third position. Maybe we get some words from Simon, the winner.
Grattis Simon.
Tack.
Ohotad. Känns bra. Ja, en rolig bana va? Kul bana.
Ja, det är det. Det är jätteroligt. Jag är upp och ner och den är ganska rik.
Du gjorde trycket ut på andra varvet.
Lite lugnt på första. Och sen försökte trycka på andra igen.
Känns bra. Bra löpväder.
Ja, det är det.
Känns det Danne? Ja, ska man vara. Ja.
Den här veckan också.
Ja.
Så sist allt och sprang på andra varv, syntes inte. Det var bra kämpat. Det var då det ballade ur.
Mycket folk runt banan som hejar.
Ja, kul. Jätteroligt. Mm.
Kommer
We'll
Linus.
soon have a look at the GPS again. I heard that Lena sees Linus, so we go to Lena.
Japp, här kommer Linus. Fortfarande pigg i steget tycker jag. Härligt Linus.
To Björn. where probably Linus will run out of this little dense forest there soon. Then we have him. And then maybe Kea sees Linus also coming to the finish soon. There we go, we have Keas picture, and I think there we come Linus.
Här kommer Linus. Bra tryck i steget in mot mål här. Jag vet inte. Bra spurtat Linus.
Hej Birk! Har du en flaska? Jag vet inte ens vad
Nu ser jag Gustav.
Vad tror du den då? Ska du lägga tillbaka den då?
So we go to Lena, who is waiting for Gustav Jonsson.
Jag ser Gustav mellan träden här. Men han ser pigg ut. Härligt Gustav.
We go to Björn because Gustav will soon come there as well. And as you probably see, Lena is standing in this really dense forest, and that has also an influence on the picture. It's a verse network there. As I mentioned, everything is filmed here by phone, so we are relaying or depending a lot on the network. And this seems to be not great at Lena's position, so therefore we sometimes only see some few pixels moving around there, but we go to Kea, who can take Gustav to the finish.
Ja, Gustav kommer på backen här. Samlas mycket folk vid målet där. Även ute i skogen på andra positioner. Här är väl Gustav i mål. Känns det Gustav? Var det inget bra? Bra löpare i alla fall.
Yes, we go back to the GPS. We see that there is still two people out running. It's Christine or Thomas Eriksson. So they are actually a married couple, and at the moment it looks like the wife is beating Thomas here. Very interesting fight. Last weekend I think it was just the other way around. So they have a tight family fight here. We see they are now done with this uphill to the split time and will go down to Selja Bygdegård and then have one last tough uphill left until they approach our finish cameras. We will of course also take them to the finish. In the meanwhile, I would like to show some GPS analysis from today's race. We focus on the men who have done 2 loops. It's these 3 guys who have been running together for very long. We see here the first part, so the first 9 minutes, 9 minutes 20 running. We see a bit their average speed. It's varying a little bit. That's just due to the GPS. They have been running all the way there together. We can see that they don't lose time on each other really. But then from where this first uphill starts to actually the finish, or the first time they pass the finish line, Daniel is losing almost 30 seconds. You see he needed to really slow down here. As I was expecting, this last part of the course already made a big difference. But what is also very significant, we can see on the next picture, is that he actually continued losing a lot there also in the flat part. That's also what we saw there, that suddenly the gap was getting bigger and bigger. Daniel lost 20 seconds just on this first the first K on the second loop. As I mentioned before, there it's rather flat, rather fast running. But anyway, it seems like he was losing quite some time there. So then we go back to the live GPS and see where Thomas and Christine are right now. They are down at Selja Bygdegård now and are approaching this very last tough uphill of the race.
Det känns bra. Ja. Har du sprungit banan innan? Nej, första gången. Men det blir flera gånger, va? Ja. Sprang orientering igår då?
Ja, det gick bra.
Gick bra det, ja. Kul.
Nej, det känns bra.
Och träningen har gått bra i vår?
Ja, jag var sjuk.
Härligt. Grattis till segern på bortabanan.
Thanks for this, Kea. We go now to Lena's position, where we are waiting for Christine. It will take a short while, and then she will be there. So actually, before we do that, I would like to use the opportunity to show you one short commercial. I hope you stay with us to follow the last runners who did this big effort, who were running 2 loops. As I mentioned, Christine is the only woman who did that, so we should definitely take her to the finish, show the pictures, maybe get some feedback how she felt out there. But for now, I will give you a short commercial. Here we are back in the forest, and we actually come to Lena. I think she will see Christine very, very soon there.
Springer man slikjoggen så springer man här. Jättefint lopp. Nu ser jag Christine komma här. Bra fart tycker jag. Fint steg. Härligt Kristin! Ska hon bara bort och svänga runt in på den här fina lilla stigen. Sen kanske hon kommer till Björn.
Bra grejer det här, vet du.
It looks also like Thomas is actually following quite soon, so maybe he will approach Lena's position first.
Han kommer här. Hej Thomas!
You can see on the GPS there is a little gap between those two, but it's not that big. So we hope that, of course, Christina can take this one home. And then we go to Björn's position and wait for Christine.
typiskt tekniskt problem precis när hon sprang förbi. Kristina passerar.
Then we go to Kea, and we have her there in the finish. Kea, please.
Kristin kommer i mål i god kondition. Spöar din sambo Thomas idag. Det gjorde inte han.
Ja, Thomas,
förra
får du skynda dig
helgen. Då hade Thomas disponerat loppet bättre. Bra jobbat, Kristin. Ja, få mig en kommentar nu, Kristin. Du lärde dig från förra helgen. Disponera loppet bättre, va? Ja. Bra väder att springa i. Ja, vad känns det idag, Thomas?
Nu är det tungt.
Ja, jag förstår det.
Jag hoppades att de skulle tröttna, men de var stark mentalt idag.
Ja.
Samma avstånd nästan hela tiden.
Ja.
Okay, then we thank all the camera operators out there. We take some last impression, and while I'm showing you the final results, I would like to thank everyone who was involved in this little project. First of all, the organizers, IFK Mora OK. They are also organizing this Mora Trail, which is now scheduled for 5th of July. We, of course, hope it can take place. It will start in the ski center Hemes and then go on a really, really nice loop out in the wilderness. I would like to particularly thank the camera operators. As I said, they were just from jumping in 2 days ago, knowing about this project and doing a great job with their phones. And then last but not least, I would like to thank my buddies from Live Motion that they contributed with some days of preparation and with sacrificing a Sunday to do this production. I hope you enjoyed. If you did so, please give us a like, please give us a comment, and most important, stay healthy, and we will see you soon again, hopefully.